Welcome to another live class. We're here, we're live, in action, ready to roll, ready to rumble. I kind of don't feel like going through the announcements. I should the same announcements. I will announce, remember we got Passover in 12 days, right? Our Passover celebration, March 31st in San Antonio. Hopefully everybody's ready for that. Sisters is diligently knocked out garments early, right? You got sisters in class 2 weeks before the what? Hold up. Read what? Okay. That means that y'all gonna get this class tonight. Oh, okay. Right? we got our locations in Rochester, Virginia, and San Antonio. All right. So if you need any information on that, you can reach out. My phone number is 303-557-8979. I'm here in Houston, Priest Quatazop. You got Priest Kazakia. He is in Virginia. His number is 757-300-4047. We got Priest Zionala in Rochester, 346-234-8340. You can reach out, any questions or concerns, any type of donations that you want to give. We got our Cash Apps and bank account and what other things, Zelle and Venmo and Chime, you know what I'm saying? However you want to do it, we with it, okay? We got a couple of businesses. We got Sweet Ambiance. We got Israel Wear. We got Chosen Creations. We got Fringe Dub. You go to our website, isbhbk.com, to check those things out. We are working on getting the website updated with the name Stream of Wisdom. We got Hebrew Academy Tuesday and Mondays, right? Yeah, Virginia and Rochester every Monday. We do Hebrew Academy here in Houston every Tuesday at 7 to 9. So Hebrew Academy is fun, right? We had fun yesterday, right? Brothers, come. You know, the sisters don't be there, so you know. They're like, wait, no, we don't know. No, we don't do nothing strange. We just get to, you know, we get to iron out issues amongst the brethren that need to be ironed out. We talk about whatever subject matters, you know, train brothers on street speaking, etiquette, marching, things like that. So ain't nothing strange going around because the sisters ain't there. But you know. I love messing with the sisters, man. Yeah, make sure you like, share, subscribe to our various YouTube channels. As y'all see, the brothers are putting out like the new shows. Make sure you share them. Zion did one out there. Bakar did one out there in VA. And then we got, you know, Zion's doing the 5 minutes of wisdom. Our classes. So make sure y'all are liking, sharing, and subscribing. I know everybody in here is liking, sharing, and subscribing. I ain't talking to nobody in here. I'm talking to, you know, everyone else that ain't did it. Right? Right. What's up with kids class? We've been doing that, or we just kind of paused that until garments? Until after, right? So yeah, kids class gonna get back up and rolling after Passover. You know, Passover time is a lot going on, so we can't do every single thing. You know, it's not enough. There's just not enough hands to get everything done when we get these busy feast days and busy times. So we'll get back to that. Yeah, pretty much it, right, for the announcements. Let's, you know, Sister's been fiending. Sister's been fiending for this part 2 to the aged woman. Right? Now I made that face like y'all capping, but it's not a cap. A couple of sisters hit me up on the different chats and was like, listen, what's up with that part 2? That part 1 was good. So where's the part 2 at? So let's get it. You can title this one, obviously, The Aged Woman. Sobriety to teach her husband and her children. So that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the importance of teaching children and loving your husband, right? And what type of mind you have to be in. And, you know, why does it refer back to this aged woman as being the example to teach that to the younger women? So where do I want to start? Right? Go ahead and read it.
Titus chapter 2, and verse 3.
Bro, his knife is sharper than yours. That boy's sword is glistening, right? Titus. And, you know, again, why are we doing these classes? Because we got to start making the separation. We got to start making these separations, man, right? Between the examples to follow. We got a lot of brothers and sisters coming in. They got to know the example of who to follow, right? Same thing with the bros. They got to know the example of what brothers to follow, right? The brothers that are upholding the standard of 1 Timothy's the 3rd chapter, that's who they got to be looking at. That's who they got to be following. So the sisters that are trying to uphold this standard is who the younger sisters need to follow. Now, we touched in the last class about the aged woman, right? And what was that about? Who remembers? What was that about the aged woman? Does anybody remember? Oh, y'all mad at me for that class? What? What was it, sis?
Talking about the aged woman, not necessarily just in age, in spirituality, spiritual virtue, being mature, and just like the husband has responsibilities,
Right.
The wife has those same responsibilities.
Right. Right. So we talked about that, but there was a topic that we had went into, right? What was the actual topic? It was y'all know my brain is gone because I already forgot. It was what was it? It was it was behavior that as becometh holiness, right? And we talked about why first of all the aged woman wasn't just about a age spiritual, it was literally an age. There was an age that was associated with it, because how would you teach the younger women if you weren't older than them? So there had to be an age, right? So what it didn't do is allow the elder women of an age of 50 and above to be exempt from having a standard, right? Right. So that's what it's about, right? The woman that she already, you know, did the husband chasing. Where's my husband? You know, checking through his phone and keeping up with his every move. She already did all that because that's what she did in her youth. That's what she did in her youth, in her naive stage of first being a wife, not knowing how to take care of a man, not knowing how to behave and have a holy demeanor, right? So the aged woman, this woman of an age, what did we read about the last time we went over it? That she was about 50, right? She was about 50, and it's important because a woman of that age is supposed to be at a higher caliber in her behavior, in her teaching, in her example, right? Now, obviously, if you don't have a bunch of 50-year-olds running around, what's going to happen? Well, now it has to be a spiritual thing. Now it has to be you know what? I've been here a certain amount of years. I need to be moving a certain type of way, right? Get this for me real quick. We're gonna hold that Titus real quick, but I do want to get this just to prove the point. Get 1 Timothy 4. Get 1 Timothy 4 and 12.
Book of 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 12.
Uh-huh.
Let no man despise thy youth, but
Let no man look down on you for your youth. Go ahead.
But be thou an example.
So you can be a young person and be an example. Correct? So is it just an age thing, sisters? Now remember, this is a sister's class, so I need y'all to pay attention. Don't let the kids distract you, right? Don't let me be background noise. I know sisters is doing garments still in some places. Let me be the background noise. Y'all zip it real quick so y'all can hear what's going on. But this is important, right? Rochester, VA, some sisters still here doing garments, right? Let me be the background noise. But for y'all that are here, try to focus. Let the kids be the background. Let no man despise thy youth, but what?
But be thou an example.
And this is the point that I wanted, but a young woman, a young man, young woman can be an example. How though? Read.
Of the believers.
Right.
In word.
So in word, go ahead.
In conversation.
The way you speak, read.
In charity.
The acts that you do, go ahead.
In spirit.
The spirit behind the things you say and do. Your belief, go ahead.
In faith.
Your faith, I said it, belief, read on.
In purity.
And the pure outlook in which you go about to do these things. So it's the spirit you do things in, the outlook you do things in, the conversation behind what you're doing. This is how you can show yourself as an aged woman and still be younger in age, in natural age, in carnal age. Was that it?
Okay.
Right. So let's go to the Titus. Let's go to Titus. Let's get some of these bars. Right? Hey, I'm gonna have fun. Listen, man. We're gonna have some fun tonight. But we just gonna talk, right? Sisters? Okay. We gonna talk. This ain't gonna be like that one class 2 Wednesdays ago. Go. Titus. I'm sure the sisters wanted to say a lot that class. Right? Right. Well, hey, keep that same energy right now. When the focus, you know what I'm saying? But Titus 2 verse 3, go ahead, read it.
Titus chapter 2, verse 3. The aged woman,
Right?
likewise.
So above the woman above 50, and if not, the women that are examples in faith, in word, in conversation, in charity. Go ahead.
That they be in behavior as becoming holiness.
So we already went over that when their behavior as becoming holiness, and we, if you haven't caught that class, you can go back in the archives. It's there. Go ahead.
Not false accusers.
Go ahead.
Not giving too much wine.
Right, and I'm gonna touch on all these little subtopics of this aged woman at some point. The false accusing, the not giving them much wine. Go ahead.
Teachers of good things.
Go ahead.
That they may teach the young women.
That they may teach the younger women. Go ahead.
To be sober.
To be what?
Sober.
To be what?
Sober.
Go ahead.
To love their husbands.
Right.
To love their children. To be discreet.
Right. So let's pause right there. So what did y'all pick up so far? The aged woman has to teach what? What's something that y'all picked up before teaching the children and loving the husband? There's a word in there that I want to deal with. Anybody can answer, but right. Now I know y'all thinking like, oh, sobriety. Well, it said not to be not to be drunken, not to be about wine, but how about a mental sobriety away from alcohol? Yes. She's gonna teach you don't be a drunkard, but we know that already because it just said it, not given to much wine. So the drinking part is already gonna be dealt with. This sobriety that we're gonna be talking about is a different sobriety. Right? Now let's look up the word sober. Somebody look that up. Go to the 1828, give me definition 3. Let's just get right to it. This is
Sober,
be getting to it.
not mad,
Not what?
not mad,
Go ahead.
or insane.
See that? So you're not mad or you're not insane, meaning what? Madness and insanity, what would you categorize those things on as? crazy, right? But what? Give me more.
Emotion.
Okay, they're based in emotion. I like that. They're based in emotion, but they're also a mental sort of schism. Madness and insanity, these things are onsets of something, right? So what is it showing us? That you can be taught, you can be trained away from madness. You can be trained away from insanity. Now think about it. What does a young woman go mad over? What?
Not getting her way.
Not getting her way. What else? What else?
You said it earlier, focusing too much on the husband.
Focusing in the wrong way, right? Right. You're not worried about how he's feeling, where he's at. You're just worried about where he's at. Because wherever he's at, he's starving, he's hungry, he's dying, but you don't care. You're just worried about who he's with. Right? So it makes you insane, a young woman, when what? When it concerns your husband and what? Come on, come on, sisters, answer the question. Okay, tap back into the young woman. For you elder women up in here, tap back into the young woman and teach me something. What does a young woman do when it concerns her husband and she don't know where him at? Oh, I called 18 times, he didn't answer. Oh my God. What?
She probably started thinking he was with another girl.
No, it's not a probably, it's a definite. She definitely starts to think, what?
Oh, he's with another girl.
Right. She starts to automatically go insane with the thoughts of, he's cheating. He's with someone else. Right? Come on, y'all know how that young woman used to think. And then the young woman would do what? Jump to conclusions. And then her conclusions became action. And then what? There you go, accusing, and then potentially ruining your relationship with the works of your own hands. Y'all know the play-by-play, come on. Right? Now, this is a sisters class, so I'm gonna say this to the bros. Because I know when it comes to these sisters classes, y'all are like, well, what can I get out of this? Well, what you can get out of this is, for those that have wives, is your wife operating on the young woman's pendulum or on the aged woman pendulum? And then when I do get a wife, if I don't have one, what am I going to train her to be? What am I looking for? What characteristics? So we go through these classes because it's not just for the sisters. The Bible is universal. It works, it swings both ways, right? So there's something for everyone. If you care enough to get it, there's something in there for everybody. Con. What else you got for sober?
Not wild.
Not wild, right? Remember them young girls? Remember girls and sisters when y'all was young? Y'all was wild as hell. Yeah, you had energy. You had the energy to fight, argue, go back and forth. Oh, so she laughing. She laughing because she knows. She had the energy to go back and forth. Wild out. I'm about to wild out on this nigga. Right? And you would say that in your spirit. I don't know where he at. When he get home, I'm gonna wild out. Right? What else?
Visionary.
Visionary. What else?
Or heated with passion.
Right. Visionary. It's not saying like, oh, you're a visionary. You're looking towards the future for good things.
Right.
No, you're getting lost in your own imaginations. You fantasizing about the future and making up things in your mind. You're that type of visionary. It's not a good visionary. No. Go ahead.
Having the regular exercise of cool, dispassionate reason.
Right. Dispassionate reason. Go to number 4.
Regular,
Right?
calm.
You just regular. Like, yo, remember back in the day, you just be regular. Like, you just act regular. But when you're young, you ain't trying to act regular. Right? When you're that young, fiery, youthful sister, you ain't acting young or acting regular. Right? I'm gonna get a lot of cons tonight. I need to get a lot of agreement. I want to make sure I ain't making this up. What else? Regular.
Regular,
Uh-huh.
calm.
Calm, right? Calmate. What else?
Not under the influence of passion.
Not under the influence of passion. Does that mean that you don't care? Does that mean that, oh, you know what? I don't care anymore. No, it doesn't mean that. It means that my passions, the aged woman, her passions don't control her to the point where she's no longer regular with the people around her. She's no longer regular or calm in the situation. Y'all with me? What else?
Sober judgment.
Wait, what?
Sober judgment.
See why this is important? A sober judgment? Because when I can't get a hold of him after calling him 15 million times, I assume the worst, and then I make that my judgment, and then that begins to play out. And we know how that goes in the world. Y'all watch all the Tyler Perry movies. I got all his counsel. Tyler Perry, the Red Table. Y'all got all that counsel of, yeah, just, you know what I'm saying? My man's supposed to answer the phone before it even rings. You supposed to have telepathy.
You're supposed to know I was already calling.
Yeah. As soon as he pulled my name up, it's supposed to, like, what? Yeah. But ain't that how the young women of this day are trained? That listen, he's at your beck and call. They're trained to not be sober in their outlook towards their man, right? He ain't never cheated on you. He ain't never did you wrong. He ain't never steered you wrong. But as soon as you don't know or the unknown is there, you jump to the worst case Tyler Perry movie, right? You jump to the worst case graphic novel that you read. Those ghetto hood novels where everybody's getting cheated on. The problem is that be some of y'all's counsel. Yeah, that be some of y'all's counsel. You don't know it. You don't know it. Because you're not saying, hey, counsel me, ghetto hood novel. But when you read it and you embody it and then you play it out, that's how you know that's your counsel. Just like when you read the Bible, embody it, apply it, you know that the Bible is your counsel. What's that?
It's like you start agreeing with little things that they're doing in the stories. Like, I would do that if I was in that situation.
Like, girl,
Yeah.
you start talking to yourself, like, girl, you show right. Right, doing that, girl.
That works in your mind, so then you react like that.
You react like
Young
that.
woman.
Whatever you give yourself to, that's why you got to be careful with them ghetto hood novels, those overly sexualized novels and those movies and the TV shows, because what will happen is they want you to play on that emotion. They don't want you to be sober, right? That's why they make them so dramatic. And they put the music behind it and they put the tears behind it because they want you to feel that as women. They want you to be guided by that, right? They want you to, before you go to bed at night, I gotta catch 3 chapters. I gotta see what's happening with Umbuche, whatever her name is in the damn book. I gotta see what's up with her. I gotta see if, you know what I'm saying, what her man was doing to her. I gotta see what's up. I gotta see, you know what I'm saying? And you catch 3 chapters, you go to bed, you dream about it, it becomes you, and then you act on it. So a level of sobriety has to first be taught to young sisters. There's another part we didn't hit, right? What else you got? Let me tell you where to go. Let's see here. So, go ahead. Read number 5.
Serious.
Huh?
Serious.
Sobriety is about being what?
Serious.
What else?
Solemn.
What else?
Grave.
What else?
Sober livery.
Grave, serious, and solemn. Why is that important for a woman to learn? Why does that have to be taught to young women? And that's taught even before they get married. Why is that taught though? That's a good question, right? Watch this, grave. I'm gonna just go here real quick. I go to the online word etymology of grave. Influential, respected, weighty dignity, right? Having ponderous, heavy or ponderous. When I ponder, I'm thinking. Weighty, important, figuratively oppressive. When it says figuratively oppressive, these thoughts, they're holding you in a place. Right? They're not letting you go. You're not able to go away from these thoughts. So the sobriety that is speaking of here, that this aged woman teaches the younger woman, how many women you know that did not take their relationships seriously? They didn't take being a wife seriously. They didn't take motherhood seriously. And they caused damage to their children. Oh, you know, I ain't gonna take it serious. He could just watch TV all day. Oh, I ain't gonna take it serious because the microwave is right there, nigga. Warm that up yourself. I ain't gonna take it serious because what about my life? What about my career? What about what I got, my ambitions? I ain't putting my life on hold for that. I got the ring. Who said it? Cardi B. She was laughing. She was like, yeah, I got a ring and I don't even cook. Laughed at y'all. She laughed at every one of you sisters that took it serious cooking a meal for your husband, cleaning the house. She laughed. But she's like, I got what you want, and I'm not doing what y'all are doing. Because no one ever taught her gravity of what it meant to be an actual wife. It wasn't just about walking around with a rock on your finger and laughing at other women, right? It was about doing those, being able to perform the duties of a wife, of a mother. Y'all see this? So there's a level of sobriety that has to be had. Right. Oppressive, hard to bear, troublesome, or grievous. Now that's figuratively the word grave, right? It shouldn't be troublesome or burdensome for you to have to be a wife or a husband, or a wife or a mother. But what it's shown us is that it should be in your mind that, wait a minute, I am somebody's wife. Hold up, how am I supposed to be moving? I'm supposed to be pondering daily. What is expected of me? Right? The reason why the aged women got to come and set the young women straight is because, again, the young woman, she's worried about this day and age, what they on. What are they on this day and age? Money. What else?
They don't need no man, they can do everything by themselves.
Right.
They don't even want to be married. Not in that way. Right? Not in that way. They just want to lay around, get laid with.
Players.
Yeah, they want to. Yeah, no, they want to be whores. They ain't playing nobody.
Right.
They getting foddered out. Right? They want to be thoughts. Listen, I see one. Listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. So I watched one little short. There's a black dude. I don't know his name, but he seems pretty articulate. He has a microphone. He's like, hey, so how long you got? He interviews couples or like single women, and he'll say like, you know, how long y'all been together? And he asks some questions and this. So he asked the one chick before he even started talking to her. She started twerking in the camera. So it's just all booty in the camera. You're like, damn, what is that white thing moving? Right? Then she backs up and you looking and she's talking about, yeah, you know, guys, you know, they all just want to sleep with me. And he's like, well, when you do that, don't you think that's all they're gonna want? She's like, yeah, it's cool. You know, a chick need to get stretched out. Oh man. Time to time. She said that. I was like, what? Wow. And he was like, he looked like, that's all you. She was like, hey, that's it. That's all I need. That's all I need. I just need somebody to come, do the thing, and then roll out. Right? Now, just think about that. Think about how can you build a nation like that? How can you build a nation when the women are just making themselves whores and the men are being whoremongers? Right? Doesn't it say the land is polluted through that whoredom? So you can't build that way, right? You got all these women jumping around different men. You know, I'm pregnant, but I got 4 different potential dudes that got me pregnant. It's hard to move like that, right? So there has to be a mind that's instilled in the women that, first of all, marriage and child rearing is necessary. Do y'all believe that it's necessary? Go to 1 Timothy 5:14.
Look at 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 14.
Go ahead.
I will therefore that younger women
Right.
marry.
No, they be single.
That the younger women marry.
No. The younger women get the whole phase.
Marry.
Send them off to college, let them get ran through, and then get married when they're older.
That the younger women marry.
You see that? He said the younger women are supposed to marry. Not have a thought phase. Not run around the streets and sow your raw oats. Right? Because isn't that what's being taught?
Yeah.
That's what's being taught, right? You know, give away your best years, and then when you get old, find you the knight in shining armor. Settle down, right? Or just settle. Right? What's that?
About, like, you meet a person and then like that female is dealt with so many different people, and you know, is that speaking only in like as an Israelite man or just a regular person? You know?
You're saying, wait, so you're saying what if,
So like if a couple met,
right?
and they're not even in it, but this person is trying to deal with this person,
Right?
and she has been pretty much,
Ran through.
yeah,
You can say it.
she just met a lot of different people that just didn't treat her right.
Oh, they didn't treat her right. Okay.
You know,
They didn't treat her right emotionally, or she let them all have sex with her, and then she's like, they didn't treat me right.
Oh, yeah.
Which one? That one?
Well, yeah.
Oh, so okay, so she's a hoe. You can say it. It's okay.
Because people.
Yeah, we're gonna say what the Bible says. She's a harlot.
Well, I mean, because people trust people, you know, and they don't have the understanding like that is something that, like, well, you're not supposed to just give out your security.
Absolutely, you're right.
You know?
So you're saying, what does a man do in that situation?
No, I'm just saying, like, what is it like? They're already to the point where it's like they have so many different people,
Right?
you know. I guess, I haven't really been my eye, just.
No, I don't. Well, what you do is, like you would do with anything, right? You restore that person to good health. You restore that person's mind. So, if you're dealing with a woman, because first of all, in this day and age, you're not gonna find many women that have not been dealt with by a man sexually, or have been tainted in some type of way. The world is filthy, right? But what do you do in any situation? You prove a friend, right? You don't credit that person. You don't meet her and know what she's about and then just lay with her a day later like, oh, that's my rib. Nah. It would be in your best interest to betroth that woman for as long as possible. And when I mean as long as possible, I mean above a year or two. Right? To really get to know her, to know what she's about, to really see if she's divulging the information that you need to know to be able to counteract that information with the Bible. You see what I'm saying? Because your best friend, when it comes to a woman like that, like those promiscuous women that done slept with a lot of men, it'd be hard to clean them up. Because some of them like that life.
A lot of people ain't virgins about after 20.
That's what I'm saying. So there's a way to go about it. You would take your time, not rush in, know what you're dealing with, right? The Bible is your best friend because you don't have to just commit to a person like that. That's the thing. It's not a trust thing. This is a proving a person thing, right? Making sure that they're worthy to be called your wife, right? Because you're going to be attached to that person. So wouldn't you take as much time as you could to try to weed out all that filth? Yeah.
So if she rejects the Bible, she no good.
Gone.
Right.
Hell yeah. I mean, unless you want a heathen woman.
No.
And when I mean a heathen, I mean a non-believing woman and you just a believer. Can two walk together, at least they be in agreement. Like no man up in here should be trying to get a woman and not try to get her cleaned up. Out from the world, right? Because that's not going to be a wife. That's going to be something that you hit. That's going to be problems. Or, my bad, you're going to be something that she hits. Because she's going to turn you into her little biatch.
Wow.
Yeah, she will. They crazy in the world. What?
It's like that scripture that says a whore is a deep ditch.
God, wait. He said it. That's in Proverbs. It says a whore is a deep ditch. Meaning when you fall, there is a long way to go before you can pull yourself up. So it'd be to your best interest, right, to figure out what level of whoredoms has this woman been on. Right? How many bodies you got? That's how they talk out there, right? Oh, I got 11 bodies. Damn, I gotta fight 11 demons. I gotta fight 11 demons plus the other demons on you. Right? Because that's what the bodies represent. It represents how many different men she's let penetrate and influence. So now you gotta be the 12th. Well, before you become the 12th, eradicate those 11 and then be the one. Spiritually.
I see this YouTube video, and it's a guy who's talking to a whole bunch of females, a whole bunch of women, and then one of them he's like talking to the girls who are 18, 19, and he's like, how many have you slept with? And they're like, oh well, there's too many to count, and they're like 20. I'm like, at 18, 19, and they're like so proud of it.
Yeah.
And they're just, and then he's like, well, what are you gonna do when you get older? Like, it's just, it's crazy to just see it at 19, and they have like over 20 people they slept with.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
And think about those situations. It's not just 20 people they've slept with. It's 20 badass garbage breakups, trash relationships, toxic energy, drugs, all types of filth, all types of heartbreak, right? So you got to see. This is why Paul said the young women, they don't get a chance to go gallivant around and do what they want, right? Read it again.
I will therefore,
Right.
that the younger women marry.
Go ahead.
Bear children.
Do what?
Bear children.
Why is that important to not just be married, but now you're gonna bear children? What else?
Guide the house.
What else?
Give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully.
Pause. Why is that important to not just have one or the other, but have all the components for a young woman? What?
Lead example.
Well, okay, yeah, at some point she will be, but just think about you sisters in your youth. When you got married, right, you might have took the marriage halfway serious, partly serious, right? The other parts, like guiding a house and children, that's supposed to inject a level of seriousness into what you're doing, a level of gravity. So there had to be a sober mind that was being taught in the young women to be able to do this. Because how can you guide the house if you're intoxicated with yourself? If you're a damn narcissist, like the world teaches you young sisters to be, how do I mean? Because when your daddy raised you and he called you princess this and princess that and not my baby, and he didn't spank you and he pedestalized you, then every nigga that came along was supposed to do the same thing, and if they didn't, you dumped them. And then you get the man, and now he's supposed to pedestalize you, and you look at him funny because he don't. That's what I mean by narcissists. We got a lot of narcissistic sisters running around thinking that it's all about them. And you make it all about you, but what about me? What about me? Right? Wait, hold on. You married now, sis. What about us? What about us? Wait, you got children now. What about your household? Well, I didn't sign up for all of that. Well, what the hell did you sign up for when you got married? What did you sign up for? A status? I'm married now. This is what you got to ask yourself. So the aged women was there to check the younger women's intention on why they even wanted to be married, why they were even taking these next steps, because they were going to inject in their minds the level of seriousness that was going to be there and needed to undertake being a wife. Because it's not a damn game. It's not a game. You got a lot of sisters, man, out there. I be trolling on Facebook, be trolling in Facebook lanes, the Instagram streets, you know what I'm saying, and those TikTok backways. And you see nothing but folly when it comes to relationships because the women are so entitled. Now, I'm not just talking about Israelite. I'm talking about as a whole. As a whole, the seriousness of being married is not being taught. The sobriety of wifehood and motherhood, it's not being taught. It's just, hey, go be a mom. Damn. Because then you got women out there that's like, yeah, you know what? I want to have kids, but I don't want to have nothing to do with the dad. That's a thing. That's an epidemic. Where women are literally saying, look, give me some sperm and get out the way. That's wild. What's up?
I saw a video the other day where this chick was on like TikTok and she was like, the government is my baby daddy.
The government is my baby daddy. Yeah, because he come every month, 1st to the 5th, right? You know, hey, he gonna have your back when it comes to them groceries. He gonna pay part of your rent. He might even get you a new car if you act right, depending on how far you want to go. Right? But think about it. The government been the baby daddies of blacks and Hispanics since the 60s, since the 50s. Right? Now we just proud as hell to say it. Back then you was kind of like, But now these young chicks is like, hell yeah, food stamps. And I don't need no TANF, Section 8. And I ain't gotta put up with, oh, hell yeah.
Child support on top of it.
Hell yeah. And then child support, man, income tax. Oh my God. Man. Well, you chicks be like 1,000, these chicks be thousandaires. Right? But because the thing is, what's being taught about being a mom and being a wife is money. Yeah, girl, the first thing, what's he do for a living? Oh, I met a guy, what's he do for a living? Like, what's he drive? Wait, how about how his spirit is? How about what type of man he is? How about how he treats you? Right? Oh, well, you know, you can have kids and then, you know, if you have them right before December, you can claim them on the next tax return. Yeah, y'all laughing because y'all know y'all guilty. Everybody's guilty. Right? You looking like, man, when is this? Man, we got 31 days in this month. You better come. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to claim, I'm trying to get some return on my investments. Cass is looking like, wait a minute, when she got pregnant here 9 months later. Oh, damn, I just missed the cutoff. God dang it. Right? You over there super calculating. You over trying to conceive within the time. Yeah. Like, look, we gonna do this. We gotta do this because the 9 month cutoff. Gotta get the benefits. I gotta get that child tax credit. 17 years of child tax credit. Listen, you got sisters that's out there literally having babies because of child support. There was one woman that was like, I don't know why y'all ain't got more than one baby daddy. You got to, and then she was doing the math.
She like 7, right?
She was showing you one baby daddy get you 600. She's like, I got 7 baby daddies, all in the military. I get 300 a piece. And then she started adding it up. And then what do sisters run out and do? Get the first dumbass nigga pregnant. Or get pregnant by the first dumbass. Why? Because it's not about the children. It's not about raising the next generation. It's about money right now. And it ain't even like you getting the money to take care of your kids. Come on. That's cap. You get them one raggedy pair of shoes, right? When you get your little check, take them to children's place, get them some stuff, a little bag full of stuff, and act like you did something. And the whole rest of the year, shoes is talking, holes in his pants, teeth ain't brushed, no food in the fridge.
No nurturing.
No nurturing, no spiritual guidance. Right? You said what?
But they going on trips.
Yeah, you taking trips, you on vacation, you in Hawaii, you on a yacht.
Your Instagram popping.
Instagram is buzzing. Right? Instagram zzz, like a bee. Like, damn, who is this sister? You an influencer? But you ain't got no food in the fridge for the babies because the young women in these times ain't being taught it's about the children, and that when you get married and that when you get children, you give up what as a woman? Go ahead and say it so you can make it real. What do you give up?
You give up your needs.
Yeah, so that means that you become what? Selfless. You give yourself up. It ain't about you no more. And a lot of women don't want to accept that. You don't want to accept that. Wait, now it's about my man, my children, and Christ? Israelite women, y'all know that. It ain't about you no more. It's about serving Christ, serving Yahweh Shai. Well, how do I got to do it? Well, I got to serve my husband, right? I got to be an example for my children. I got to sacrifice on a different level. Who's teaching these young women to do that when they're being taught to marry for money, right? To get with the next, to get with whoever got it. Who got the bag? I'm chasing the bag. So when it's time to give up for your child, and you got 7 of them, ooh, them kids are gonna be neglected, right? Them kids are gonna be hurting, right? Right. So the aged woman has to be there to inject the level of sobriety that's needed to show this young woman. As soon as you lay with that man, your life is over. But it also has just began. It's not a bad thing. It's like you're literally turning over a new leaf. You go from being the woman in your father's house, subjected to your father, now you're subjected to your husband and his needs. And now you have to guide the house instead of waiting for the house to be guided by your mom, or instead of you being guided, now you're the guide. So you just elevated in position, sis. But the aged woman got to teach you that. Why? Because another young woman ain't going to sit there and teach you that, because she's going to have the what? Pity party. Man, I don't know why we did this. Man, we should have been single. Man, I miss hitting the club and, you know what I'm saying, club hopping.
He corrects me all the time.
It's crazy.
Yup, bring it out.
I was in the office today, and that's exactly what some lady that she's probably like in her maybe close to 40s.
Right?
But that she was like talking about her sister, and she was talking to another lady, and then she just said a comment like, "Oh yeah, I wish I was my sister right now, single, and all of these things." And it's like, wow, the way that she talks.
Yep.
Oh, my husband, he's gonna do for him, and just
Yeah.
And she's an older lady, but it's just like, wow.
But she's supposed to be the example.
Yeah.
But what does she do? She either feeds into the young sister or feeds the young sister the bad example. Right? Oh, yeah, girl, you know what? You need some time to yourself. What? No, you don't. No, you don't. Remember, there was a time when it was a woman's joy. Remember back, it wasn't that long ago. Remember when there was like, hey, they would ask women, like, what's your profession? She's like, oh, I'm a lawyer. What's your profession? I'm a doctor. Oh, I'm a homemaker. And it wasn't like, what? You just sit at home all day? You're whack. No, it was like, oh. Nobody even batted an eye. It was like, oh, you a homemaker? Okay. So you Mrs. Cleaver. Was Mrs. Cleaver, remember her? Beaver's mom? She walked around with the apron. Like you could watch the TV and tell that the house always smelled like an apple pie. Right? It was always clean. Kids came home, took off their backpacks, go wash up, food ready. Husband comes home, everybody's clean, bathed. She looked good, makeup. And he coming home from work to do what? Be presented with a nice home, a nice wife, a nice family. Go wash up, children, before your dad gets home. Remember that? Now, bruh, you walk into the damn house and it's chaos. Kids look like they ain't bathed in 4 days, smelling like boo-boo in the diaper. You're like, whoa, wait a minute. You walk in, you smell something cooking. What is that, Indian? What's that, Indian food? Nah, that's the diaper that gotta get you. Something's cooking in that diaper. Ain't no food. I got Lasha Bar laughing, it's funny. The Lasha Bar laughing, right? It's like, what's that cooking? Damn, it's a diaper. Ain't nothing cooking in the oven, right? House just smells stale and old. And you just like, Lord of mercy. Kids crying, yelling and screaming, right? Daddy, he hit me. It's like, Dad, just got home. No hug, no kid, I miss you, nothing. You just walk into chaos and you want to do what? spin that door and walk right the hell back out.
Go sit in the car.
Hell yeah, you just want to say. But that's what it leads to. After a while, when your husband got to sit in the car to prepare to walk in the house, oh my God. You have not been taught. You have not been sobered up enough to know how to love your husband and your children. That's part of it. Now, I get it. Only there's not a lot of sisters in here that don't have to go to work for Esau. So it's hard to be able to give all your time, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15 hours a day to Esau and then come home and make a perfect house, right? It's damn near impossible, but it is possible, right? To be able to deal with certain things and still keep that standard, right? And juggle those things. Our women back in the day, they didn't juggle those things. Their job was the house. So for a woman's house to be off in any way, that was a damn shame. It's like, wait a minute, what's she doing? Let's get the elders in to rap to her to see if she even taking this serious. Does she even care? Right? So it was important. Let's see here. They got some comments. Cognitive, what do you say? That's called cognitive dissonance and willful ignorance. Stay away from them. They fellas, they'll bring you down to their level. Remember Adam and Solomon. So I guess it's referring back to the women. A woman that's not about the truth, do you stay with her? Hell no, you don't stay with her. You don't stay with her, you don't get with her. Right? Let's see it. Cognitive dissonance. Sisters, they don't even care. This is Diana Yashala. Sisters, they don't even care if a brother says he doesn't like the lashes that long, lashes and long nails and weave and wigs. She's all about what society likes. Yeah. There was a post, one chick went viral. She said something like a man will sacrifice for his wife's happiness, but a wife will sacrifice her husband for her happiness. That's cold-blooded. But ain't that true? How many women, young women, you were young, then you got old and got real single and stayed single for a long time, but then the dude you were with in your youth, you sit back and say, man, I should have stayed with him. Well, why'd you break up with him? He just wasn't fun. He just wasn't this. He just wasn't that. He wasn't toxic. That's what they on. That's what they on. Why'd you break up with your first boyfriend? Oh, he was too nice. Those same women are going to regret when they get to a certain age, when they can't find that same level of guy. They're going to regret. They're going to have regrets. Ain't nobody going to want to be with them, right? Because why? All that toxic energy is spewing out of them. All that filth, all that being used, all that being used, it does add to mistrust. Because people make decisions. We talked about it yesterday. I make a decision, and because someone else is involved, I blame them for my decision. That's retarded. But that's what happens. That's the narrative that is built up, right? Let's see here. Freedom. Right. Freedom. That's what it boils down to. I want to be free. I don't want to be tied down. I don't want to be constrained to this man or to these children. I'm watching all these other women move around the earth and secure riches and money and be entertainers and be stars and be OnlyFans, right? And Instagram thoughts. That's what I want, right? Read that verse again.
1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 14.
Go ahead.
I will, therefore, that the younger women marry.
Right.
Bear children.
Right.
Guide the house.
Right.
Give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully.
See that? Give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. Read the next verse.
For some are already turned aside after Satan.
Wait, some have what?
Already turned aside after Satan.
Yeah, Satan is your distraction. You being turned aside is, I'm not going to take it serious. I'm going to do it, but half-assedly. I'm going to be a wife, but in name, not in deed. I'm going to have children, but just for the tax returns. Just so I can have somebody's hair to braid. That's crazy. That's crazy. Just so I can have a lookalike of my husband. Just so I can have a clone of me. Oh, why'd you have kids? Because I needed a best friend. What? Damn. Not so you can guide, protect, build, add. No, because I needed a friend. Yeah, my husband's always gone and I just needed somebody to keep me company. Get a damn dog. You have children for that? But guess what? You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised, right? Go from there. So, okay, let's backtrack a little bit. Because I'm just going through it but not giving y'all the points. So obviously the title of the class, sober to love their husbands and their children. Right? And then we went over the title of sober. Sobriety. Right? And then we hit this 1 Timothy 5:14 about the younger women, what they had to be sober in. So it's all under sobriety. Right? And then it says, for some have already turned aside after Satan. Well, Satan got a lot of sisters careless. Go to Isaiah 32:9. You can write, Satan has you careless. And he does. Satan makes you not care about what's important. Right? So read that, Isaiah 32.
Isaiah 32, verse 9.
And this is what brothers, this is what you young bros that ain't got ribs supposed to be looking for. Is she a careless sister? When I voice something to a woman, if I'm courting a sister, right? This is how you know if you got a good sister on your hand. You talking to her on the phone, and you might say, "Man," and you just say, you just having a random convo. You're like, "Man, I gotta get this. I gotta get a certain type of shirt for work. I don't know, something random." You're like, "Let me just go get it." He's like, "Oh man, I ain't got time to get it. I got the money. I ain't got time to go get it." And then on your next encounter, you might see her, and guess what she got in hand? The shirt you need. Because what is it showing? That she's careful. She's taking care for you. And he needs the shirt, but he ain't got time to go get it. I got time. You know what? I'm going to go do something nice for him. I'm going to take care of him. Right? But you got the careless ones that's like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's his shirt. I don't know his size. I don't know what color. I don't know where to go buy it. I don't feel like it. I don't want to. Right? You can like judge a person off small things like that. Really, you can judge what type of people they are. When you just saying things in casual conversation, and then it's like, here, and you like, what's this? Oh, remember you had said, oh damn, I wasn't saying that you had to get it, but what about it, sis? She's showing herself to be a good wife, a good caretaker, right? We got plenty of sisters in here like that. We got plenty of brothers in here like that. But then you got the opposite. Read it.
Isaiah 32, verse 9.
Right?
Rise up, ye women that are at ease.
And that's what Satan got a lot of women, got you at ease. Oh, I'm married now, girl. And you think being married is the sit back time. You think being married is the kick up the feet time. You think being married is, I just get to sit home and be taken care of. I'm a kept woman. Wait, what? Damn. You kept all of a sudden? You're supposed to be keeping the house, but you're kept. Go ahead.
Hear my voice, ye careless daughters.
You do what?
Hear my voice, ye careless daughters.
Yeah, it's time to get off your ass. Do some work. Do something meaningful. Take your duty serious. Go ahead.
Give ear unto my speech.
Jump down to verse 11.
Verse 11. Tremble, ye women that are at ease.
And that's the problem with the young sisters. You want things easy. I hear that too much. Let's just do the easiest way. Let's just do it the easiest way. Let's just do whatever's quick and convenient. But that's why he's eating microwave dinners. Ooh. That's why everything's it get poured out of a box. That's why he always eating. That's why he's fast food, right? His health is bad because you want to do things easy. You want to do, hey, let's just eat KFC tonight. Damn. But we just had McDonald's last night. Ugh. If you eat McDonald's, I rebuke you sharply. if your rib is bringing you to McDonald's for any reason, even for the coffee, I rebuke you in all power of the Most High. McDonald's? Nigga. Damn, at least go to Whataburger. You had a Whataburger. How was that?
It was good.
Oh yeah, see? First night in town.
That was the
And
first
y'all
time
already
I
contaminated this brother. Yeah, man. You won't even hear an hour fresh. And brothers got him into the Whataburger. Hey, y'all could have took him to In-N-Out. Y'all capping. Oh no. Right? They took him to In-N-Out. Whataburger.
No.
It was good though, huh? Yeah, I know. They got demons on it. But I mean, I'll take that over some McDonald's. Right? But the women that are at ease, this is what the Most High is saying. Like, being a wife, being a mother is not a task that's easy. It's supposed to be hard. Because it don't stop. You don't get a break from being a mama. You know when your break ends? When them kids get a certain age and they can help you out. And they can say, Mama, you need a hand? When they can recognize that you need a hand, that's when you get a break. You don't get a break from being a wife. That's a never-ending job. Until husband is dead or y'all both gone.
Just on that point. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. Just on the point that it doesn't end. Like, it's a continual thing.
It continues, man. It never stops. But that sober mind gotta be there. Right? Read on.
Isaiah chapter 32, verse 11.
Already contaminated the brother with the Whataburger, man. Man, you niggas was dirty. Go ahead.
Tremble, ye women that are at
He
ease.
said, tremble. Be afraid. Make some moves. At least tremble. At least act like you scared. Go ahead. At least act like you care. Go ahead.
Be troubled.
Be what?
Be troubled.
Why should you be afraid and be troubled? Because you're not taking it seriously. You're not taking the position the right way. You're not doing the right things towards the house, towards the children. You're not showing the love for the husband. Too many women out there, man. They just want the title and they don't want to do the work behind it. Go ahead.
Ye careless ones.
Go ahead.
Strip you.
He said what?
Strip you.
And that's the end result of a person that don't take anything serious. Most High say he strips it from you. What else?
And make you
He
bare.
gonna make you bare. He gonna make you bare, man. Read on.
And gird sackcloth upon your loins.
Go to Isaiah 47 and 7.
Isaiah chapter 47, verse 7.
Come on.
And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever.
You said what?
I shall be a lady
Yeah, that's how
forever.
some of these women is trained. I'm gonna be single forever. I'm gonna be a lady forever. It's gonna be all about me. Read on.
So that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart.
You didn't do what?
Lay these things to thy heart.
Now you see why the aged women have to be there. Why aged women, why the examples have to be there. Because too many young sisters ain't laying things to the heart. Your husband, your family, your household, your duty. If you in the camp, if you in the school, your duty in the school. You don't take it serious. Oh, I'll get to that. Got my things to do. It ain't that important. I'll get to it when I get to it. They'll understand. Nah, we will. We get it. And you don't get it, and the Most High is going to strip you. Go ahead.
Neither didst thou remember the latter end of it.
You see that? You didn't consider. And that's why the aged woman is there to give you the considerations that, look, you don't take this serious, you're going to lose it all, girl. But what does another younger woman tell another younger woman? Oh, don't worry about all that. You can get another man.
Girl, you got time.
You got time. You don't need him. Pack your kids and go. That's what Jada Pinkett is telling. That's what Tyler Perry movies is about. Right? That's what all the counsel of the world is telling you, you young sisters. Right? Who was the one that said that? Oh, Tyrese's ex. She said it. She said, listen, I wish I would have had some older women around me to give me the right information when I was going through what I was going through, or when she was going through what she was going through with Tyrese. She said she would have never left him. Now she's trying to come back home. He already moved on. I mean, if he was in the Bible, he could just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, come on back. How you, right? Three ribs. Ain't no argument. I have all my kids, right? But obviously they in the world, so they moved that way. But she said it. She said she took the advice of the young dummies around her. Rehoboam and Jeroboam. And what did they do? They destroyed a whole kingdom. Right? It says a wise woman buildeth her house. But build on what? Isn't it going to be on the example of the ones that come before her? But that's why a lot of us can't build. A lot of you sisters ain't building nothing. It's strife, it's contention. Your husband don't want to come home. He don't want to be there. You sit in the car for 30, 40 minutes, falling asleep. Where you at? Where you at? Oh, I'm in the driveway. What? Damn. A man's comfort is what? Hell yeah, that's his castle. That's where he's supposed to go. Kick off his shoes. Relax his feet. Be at ease. Why? I've been in the world all day. I've been fighting. I got white people that hate me. I got black people that hate me. I got women that hate me. I got men that hate me. Children look at me and hate me. The least I can do is come home and be loved. But I gotta come home and fight? Oh. I gotta come home and get barked at? I gotta come home and get talked to death? Like, and not like a intellectual, hey, let's talk about your spirit according to the scriptures and let's build your spirit and my spirit together. It gotta be some nagging, just garbage.
Talking down,
back and forth, contentious. And men don't like that. We avoid that. I mean, y'all know that, right? Like, we ain't hard. And there's certain things that we just like, man, I can't deal with this. Ugh. Listen, can I pick up some extra shifts at the job? Like, all of a sudden, he working all that overtime. You wondering why? Like, he ain't trying to be around you, young sis. You newly married, and you wonder why he don't have no honeymoon phase. Why there ain't no honeymoon stage? Because you made it that way. You didn't know how to love him. You don't know how to deal with the children the right way. Right? Where you at?
Verse 8.
Go ahead.
Therefore, hear now this.
Right?
Thou that art given to pleasure.
Thou that are what?
Given to pleasure.
It said some are already turned aside to Satan. Some of you young sisters, all it is about is your pleasure. How you want to feel. Nigga better not get no second wife. I ain't feeling that. Okay. Well, you ain't gonna be feeling nothing. You gonna get stripped. You better not do that. You better not do that. He better not do that. Like what? Like who the hell are you? You a young woman. That's how you know you young. When you try to dictate to a man what he should and should not do out loud or in secret, you young as hell. You young. You a young woman and you should stay in a young woman's place. Be taught. Be taught. Right? Get somebody to sit next to you that's going to settle your mind and sober you up, sis. So you can move the right way in your house. So you can move the right, because you know who you take it out on? Oh. The little clone baby that you had with him because you was bored. Now you start to abuse your children.
You look like your daddy.
You look just like your damn daddy. What was that on? Was that Boys in the Hood?
One of them black shows.
One of them black shows, right? You look just like your damn daddy. But you don't say that. What you do is your actions.
Yes.
You become neglectful because you're so worried about capturing your man's attention that your children suffer. They ain't eating right. They ain't bathing. They ain't dressing right. Their spirits are off. They're not being taught. They can barely talk. They can't read. They can't write. Right? You don't want to potty train them. All these things that you're supposed to be heavily weighed down with to show the love for your children. You more weighed down with the wrong thing. You see that? Go ahead.
That dwelleth carelessly.
Because you're careless. You're careless in the wrong matters. Go ahead.
That sayest in thine heart.
Wait, where does she say it?
In thine heart.
Yeah, in your mind, you're like, nah, it's gonna go this way. I don't care what the Kwatazak, Kazakia, Zion, they can say whatever they want. I know how this is gonna go. It's gonna be my way or the highway. I'm gonna cut that nigga off. Doghouse. Sleep on the couch. He come home, pillow, blanket on the couch. Like, who's that for? The kids?
Doors locked.
Movie night? What we got going on? You locked. Wait, what? Wish the nigga would. Like, wait, what? Yeah, I gotta knock up all our room doors. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. So the other day, right? I gotta give y'all this, but this was funny. So But, last week was spring break, so my rib was off from work and the kids is home. And the damn kids is like getting on her. They're like on her.
Yeah.
And she's trying to take a shower to go handle some business. And so I'm running upstairs to go in the room, and I'm like, hold up. What the hell out my room door? I start going. She's like, they my dad. I had to lock the kids out. I'm like, hold up. Who locked the room door? You ain't locking me out my own room, dude. Right? It was funny because she was like, no, I didn't mean to lock you out. Yeah, we don't take kindly to that. You walk up, you try to get in your room and it's locked. You're like, hold up. Who did this? I thought it was pretty funny. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought you was trying to tell me something. I thought we had problems up in here. You know what I'm saying? I thought we had issues. Yeah, I thought you was trying to go to the doghouse. Oh, man. Oh. Right, go ahead. Come on, man. We got to have some. Go ahead, read.
That says in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me.
And that be the problem with the young sisters. It's all about you, sis. It's about you, your ambitions, what you want. If y'all hot, y'all can hit the AC. I ain't gonna front. Yeah, it's a little hot. I said that because I'm hot.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I see my gun fanning.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to,
He always
deal
fanning.
with it. Yeah.
Right, he always fanning.
Yeah.
Right? So we gotta just think about it, man. Bro, don't get heavy-handed with it. Oops. So now think about this also. Think about this aspect. Once a woman does start to take her wifehood and motherhood seriously, right? How else can Satan have her turn? How else can Satan interject himself in that? We already get the distraction phase, it's all about me phase, right? But then once a woman smartens up from that phase, how else can Satan be there in these young sisters where an aged woman has to be present in her life for guidance? How else? She got it together. She's like, you know what? I know I got to do this. What else could be there that where you can say, man, you're not doing things the right way. I just kind of gave it away. What else is there? Think about the women in the world, how they do things. And we've been talking about it. The information, right? Isn't it that skewed way of doing it, that misinformed way of doing things, right? You got, like, I would say that, like, you got the Amber Roses of the world, right? She's a mother. You see her, she take care of her son, but she lets a nigga wear high heels, right? She lets a little dude wear her purse, right? Now, and she tells you she got pictures of vaginas posted up all through the house so that he could be sexually liberated, right? You got Alicia Keys. She lets her son wear nail polish. You got Dwayne Wade. He turned his whole son into a girl. You got, with the help of Gabriella Union, you got J-Lo. She just came out with her kid being non-gendered. Hell yeah. I don't know what it looks. It's like a mannequin. You can't tell the gender. It's like a boy in the face and like a maybe girl in the body. It's weird. But then the gear is like, oh, it's just a mannequin. Yeah, a mannequin that ain't got no breasts or no man part. It's just a mannequin. Right? So you got J-Lo doing that. You got, just think about all these high-powered people. You got Krishan Rock. They talking about how her kid looked like he got like alcohol Down syndrome.
Yes.
All the weed she was puffing, all the drink she was drinking while she was pregnant. She take care of her kid. He's everywhere with her. She's holding him like a rag doll, halfway hanging out of her arms. She loves him. But her information is tainted, right? Her information is skewed because where is she getting the information from? Where does that bad parenting come from? What?
Her parents,
Her experience, right. It comes from the way she was parented. So a lot of the times you do have women that take being a wife seriously, being a mother seriously, but what information are you going off of Well, you're going off the bad information that either hurt you, destroyed you, right? You're going off the examples that were wrong in your life as the training ground for the next thing, for the next generation, as the thing that's training you up. And just like that, it needs to go off. Bruh, this AC works, man. It didn't need to. What'd you put it on?
Huh?
What'd you? Huh? You didn't hear me. What level of snowblower did you put it on?
I just put it on, just turn it on a little
You put it on snowballs?
No, it's just.
You didn't? Right.
It's on 72.
He put it on Arctic.
Oh,
Oh, 72? Yeah.
no, when you press it, it says 70.
Right. Okay. So y'all see this, right? The women, they deal with a tainted, destroyed, perverted type of understanding of how to raise children. A lot of sisters' understanding of raising children is perverted. How to love your husband, it's perverted, it's perverse, right? It's toxic. It's that make up to break up. That's all we do, right? I'm gonna burn your Timbs. I'm gonna burn your clothes. I'm gonna slash your tires. Key your car. We're gonna make love. We're gonna be good for a week, and then I'm gonna find something to be mad about, and that's how I get attention from you.
Waitress talked to you for a little too long.
Anything, anything. If a female look at you, she bring you coffee. Nigga, why you cheating on me? Slash your tires, burn your car, put a back to this, record it all. Come on.
Cut the leather.
Cut the leather on your fringes? Damn. Cut the fringes off your garments. Oh my God. Rip the border of blue out of a nigga's garments. Bruh. That's a high level demon you got in there.
Rent the garment in two.
Rent the garment in two.
In the 7 pieces.
Yeah, you destroy everything just to do what? My bad, baby. You know I be emotional sometimes. No, you're retarded sometimes, but not sober. You're intoxicated. Right? So go to let's go here real quick. I need go ahead. With Lamentations. Go to Lamentations 4 and 3.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 3. Even the sea monsters.
This is why aged women are needed. This is why that example is needed. This is why sisters got to step the hell up. Because even the sea monsters is better than some of these sisters. Even the octopus, even the damn sea cows, whales and tortoises, and it's telling you, even nature is better than some of the sisters in how to deal with their children. Go ahead.
Even the sea monsters draw out the breast.
Mm-hmm.
They give suck to their young ones.
Right?
The daughter of my people
Right?
is become cruel.
You're what?
Cruel.
The young sisters are what?
Cruel.
Some of you aged women are, huh?
Cruel.
Yeah, there's a level of cruelty that you're dealing in. And you're cruel towards your children. You're cruel towards your husband. You like Cruella de Vil. You mean as hell. Right? You mean. You're real quick. You're bitchy towards your children, towards your man. You know why? Because you don't like the position that you're in. You don't like being a wife. You don't like being a mom. You don't like the fact that your time has now been taken to have to raise these children. You got to wake up early and go to bed late. All because of what? Well, you got me pregnant. It's your fault. Wow. You did it. These your kids. They're his kids when it's not tax time. But as soon as it's tax time, I'm claiming the kids. Those is my kids.
I carried them for 9 months.
Yeah, all of a sudden you carried them for 9 months. You draw it, but you didn't even draw out the breast. Right? You couldn't even cook them a meal after the 9 months. That's what it's showing us though. Like a lot of these young ass women, you can't even cook your children. If I lined you up and said, you know what, for the next 7 days, you got to cook meals from scratch. You would die on the spot.
Nothing out of a box.
No, when I say from scratch, like we're teaching my girls how to cook from scratch. Talking about making gravies, making roux, using fresh seasonings from scratch. Pastas, right? Yeah, we do the box stuff when we got time to be just like Marie Callender. You know what I'm saying? We ain't like, we ain't on that level, but there's certain things they making from scratch, right? But if I said, look, give me your best 7 meals, 7 days in a row. And I said, look, limited ingredients, Israelite ingredients.
Oh,
You Israelite broke after taxes. Some of us get rich during taxes. I know. You broke like, you know what I'm saying? June broke. June time, you broke. Food stamps ain't hit yet. You got a few things in the cupboard. You got some meat in the freezer. Got a couple of, make something. 7 days straight. Some of y'all would just, your kids would, damn. You ain't gonna dry out the breast? You ain't gonna feed us, mama? Damn. You ain't gonna cook nothing? Damn. Because there's a cruelty there to not seek out how to keep your household going and how to keep your kids nourished. Y'all know that, right? There's like a mental issue there where you don't know where it comes from, but what it comes from is the bad training generation to generation. It comes from the being at ease of, oh, well, we could just pull up to Pizza Hut. We could just, first of all, that's cruel as hell. That's cruel as hell to feed your kids fast food 2-3 times a week. Ew. That's cruel. That's cruel to not have fresh veggies and fresh fruits on your kids' plate. They eat fruit. They look at the fruit, they smack it up. I ain't eating that.
Never ate that.
That's cruel as hell. That's cruel. There's a level of cruelty there where your husband comes home, right? It's day 5. He is famished. He's like, oh, I'm definitely about to get something tonight. Damn, just a diaper.
Wow.
Just a diaper cooking at one of the children's backsides. And he got to do what? He got to either cook his own meal. And then when he cooking, babe, what you cooking? Got some? But bro, you supposed to be.
You didn't make any for me?
Yeah, you didn't make any for me. Like, no, that's cruel, man. Read on.
Like the ostriches.
Like the what?
The ostriches.
Yeah, you like a dumb bird. That's what it's telling you. You like a dumb bird. You're a bird brain. Go ahead.
And the wilderness.
Come on.
The tongue of the sucking child.
You see, it says you're cruel like a dumb bird. An ostrich is a big bird that runs fast. No. Let me finish. Come on.
The tongue of the sucking child.
Go ahead.
Cleaveth to the roof of his mouth.
Come on.
For thirst.
Yeah, you can see it. You can hear it. Kid is always sick, nose running, always got some rashes, allergy, whatever is popping off, and you don't have the mind to even say, you know what? What's going on with my kids? Let me investigate. Let me do some due diligence to figure out why are my kids sick every month with the same diseases every month. It's like a paycheck. Damn. Like, what the hell? Right? It's a level of cruelty on sisters. You show that you don't love your children. They're always sick. Now, kids are going to get sick. They're supposed to. That's how you know that their immune systems work. They lick the floor in the way of the food falls on the floor and then they just take it up and eat it. Oh, might as well lick the floor, right? But they put their shoes in their mouth, they rub their hands on it and they eat it. They get sick that way, or really, they don't really get sick. It builds their immunity, right, from getting sick. But they're constantly sick in the damn doctor, and you're like, wait a minute, not changing or not investigating. Like the other day, I'll give you an example. The other day, Manashai, he got like some little weird rash in like right here, like the creases, like the elbow, back of his leg. He was getting something on the stomach, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, hold up. He don't eat meat. He don't eat candy like that. And I was like, okay, what has he been eating? What have I been giving him? Because I'm the one that's responsible for the majority of his food throughout the day. And I had to deduce it to he might have an oat intolerance. Because he loves oatmeal. He's been hitting that oatmeal hard. And I make it with oat milk. Right? So he get double the oats. So I had to come back and say, well, he eats eggs. He never had a problem with that. He eats a lot of fruit. Right? I'm troubling my mind because I see that there's something irregular with my child, right? And, you know, I'm not trying to make myself better than anybody else. Even my rib, she's kind of the same way. Sometimes I'll be like, man, and I'm the more like, you know what? Don't worry about it. It's nothing. Because you know how women overreact, right? Next thing you know, she got to fly him, airlift him to the hospital because he got a rash right here. He got a bug bite, and she got to airlift him with the National Guard all the way to Children's. And I'm like, yo, it ain't that serious. Let's just see what he's eating. So I got to sometimes tame her down because her mind be too heavy on those things. I'm like, hey, it's all good. It's something that he's eating. We got this. From what I understand, I think he's been cleared up, but we kind of scale back on the oatmeal, making sure he ain't eating a bunch of processed stuff and sugars. Right. But you got to have that care, right? You got to have that care, not just to feed them any old thing, right? We pulling up to KFC eating KFC bowls. Ugh. I wouldn't even feed myself a KFC bowl. What the hell? I never give my kids anything that I won't eat. So I'm not eating KFC bowls.
What's wrong with it?
Disgusting.
Like,
that's what's wrong with it.
Isn't it like chicken?
Ain't no part of it real.
Oh.
It ain't real potatoes, it ain't real cheese, it ain't real chicken, and it ain't real gravy. You might as well eat plastic.
Would you do that at home then?
At home I do it if I'm cooking it myself.
Okay.
I know I'm mashing them potatoes.
Yeah. Right.
I'm shaving that cheese down. Mm-hmm. The chicken is skeptical, but you know, I'm cooking that, I'm breading that up myself. Yeah. But KFC? Now, I'm gonna say it. There's times where you on the go, you gotta make a move, and you know, we gotta hit the fast food spot.
Yeah.
But that can't be a 5-day-a-week thing. That gotta be a rando, like, look, I got caught off guard type of thing. Right. You don't show love for your kids when all they know is McDonald's and KFC and fast food. They can recognize the fast food before they can recognize the veggies, before they can recognize what's healthy. That's not love. That's not care. Right. Go ahead.
The young children,
right?
Ask bread.
They do what?
Ask bread.
Yeah, your kids be asking for real food, and you just give them processed nonsense, quick, easy, fast. Mashed potatoes, right? You give them something frozen that you just heat up real quick. Cook them a meal once in a while. Help you to cook a meal. Have them assist you. Teach them about health. Go ahead.
And no man breaketh it unto them.
Job 39:13. What's up?
Just on this one scripture you was talking about, or Lamentations, right? 4:3.
Right. Quickly.
There's an article that came out that said, mother who left toddler home alone while she went on vacation gets life sentence for her death.
And she should. And
right.
She should.
The article says, leaving your baby terrified, alone, unprotected to suffer, what I heard was the most gruesome death imaginable, with no food, no water, no protection, and lying in her own feces. You decided you needed vacation. What followed was absolute depravity. You left your baby jailing, trapped in a pack-and-play, without food and water for 10 days. All because you wanted to go to Detroit and Puerto Rico.
Nigga.
Dang. Yeah, I heard that.
10 days in a pack and play by themselves.
That's insane.
But the daughter of my people is cruel. She didn't want to be a mom. She didn't take that seriously at all. She didn't want that in her life at all. What's up?
I read that too. And it's another one that's going around where this one young lady, she was getting high all the time or something like that, and she was letting her kids stay with like their cousins and uncles and all that, and the child ended up getting like molested.
That too.
Like 2 of her kids got molested.
That too. Come on, you send your kids off to school, you send your kids off with strangers. In your mind, they ain't really strangers because you do it every day. In my mind, I'm like, I gotta ask questions. What happened today? Who you was with? Who'd you play with? Who this? What'd they say? I gotta do that to Noah, right? I gotta do that to him daily. How'd it go? How was it? What happened? Because he with a bunch of strangers that I don't know what the hell's going on for them hours when he at school. I gotta have some care. You can't send your kids off for hours at a time and not inquire. That's cruel. Job, read it.
Job chapter 39, verse 14.
Go ahead.
Which leaveth her eggs in the dust.
That cruel ostrich Leave her eggs in the dust. Go ahead.
and the earth, and warmeth them in dust,
Go ahead.
and forgetteth that the foot may crush them.
Yeah, you see that? Because she's at ease. Because she's careless. Because she's turned aside after Satan. Let me go on vacation for 10 days and leave him in the packing place. That is wild. No food, no water, forgetting that it's a violent world out here. Foot is going to crush them. Not her foot, but somebody else that don't know that they're there, that don't care for them. Go ahead.
Or that the wild beast
Right?
may break them.
Come on.
She is hardened,
She's what?
hardened,
She's what?
hardened.
Cruel, hard, heartless. This is why an aged woman got to teach young sisters. They got to work that hardness out of you. They got to sober you up to the reality of what you're going to be faced with. A lot of y'all ain't, listen, nobody sat you down and taught you what it was going to be a mom. You doing it trial by error. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh, ugh, ugh. And the mistakes are very apparent. But the mistakes are also detrimental. Because some of the mistakes that you make, they are permanently etched in the psyches of your children. They are what are developing the kids. And that's what you got to live with. That's what you got to be conscious of. The things that you're doing, this is what your kids are learning. This is what they're building their whole childhood on. Ain't that what happened to you? So, are we supposed to be repeating the generational curses?
Lie.
Because ain't one of the curses the mother eating her children? Oh, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. Damn, bro. Time be flying when you have so many scriptures to go over. Read on.
Against her young one,
Uh-huh.
as though they were not hers.
Somebody else get me Lamentations 4 and 10. As though what?
They were not
Yeah,
hers.
because they ain't hers until it's tax time. They ain't hers until there's some benefit. That's how these young sisters move. Those ain't your kids until it's time to look good in front of people. Till it's time for picture day. He don't get a shower. He don't get his hair done. He don't get a cut. She don't get her hair braided until what? We gotta go around other folks to make them to look good. That's crazy. Go ahead.
Her labor,
Her what?
her labor
All that work you put in. Go ahead.
is in vain,
Read on.
without fear.
And there ain't no fear. There ain't no fear of losing them. There ain't no fear of the wisdom that I'm using to raise my children is going to destroy them. You're doing it without fear, man. Go ahead.
Because God hath deprived her of wisdom.
Look up that word deprived. Now, does it say that you just dumb as hell? No, it ain't saying that, but you're deprived. The young woman is deprived, and that's why the aged woman got to be there to impart. To impart the wisdom that's missing. To fill in the gaps. Deprived. What you got?
Pride.
Right? Now, you got D-E-P-R-I-V-E-D, right?
D-E-P-R-I.
Yeah, because they got a deprived, they got a depraved.
Con.
Depraved is a different word. Deprived is what we want. Go ahead.
Okay. Divested.
Right?
Hindered.
Hindered. Go ahead.
Stripped.
Wait, what?
Stripped.
Huh?
Stripped.
Yeah, your wisdom has been stripped down. Your understanding has been stripped down. Go ahead.
Stripped of office or dignity.
Right? Go ahead. What else?
Deposed.
Uh-huh.
Degraded.
Yeah, you're using degraded wisdom. I got one. Can also be used as an adjective to mean not having the things that are needed for a good, healthy life. So think about it. If the Bible is saying that a lot of the young sisters' wisdom and understanding is depraved, it's not good enough to build a healthy life for their children or their husbands.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta eat that. Y'all gotta eat that. Y'all gotta swallow that one, right? Right, but is it just about swallowing that, or is it about saying, wait a minute, okay, well, I'm supposed to be depraved, but there's supposed to be somebody there to give that wisdom to fill in those blanks, to fill in those gaps. When we all come into the knowledge we're depraved, let's be honest. We're all careless about certain things, right? We don't know everything when we come in, but then what? What does the scripture say? It says, get by the elders, get betimes, right? Thou seest the man of understanding, get betimes him, right? Miss not the discourse of the wise, of the godly, right? But here goes that young, I'm turned aside from Satan. I'm turned aside to Satan. I don't want to hear what the old ass woman got to say. Y'all old. Y'all don't know what I'm going through. Yeah, they do. They already did it. They got children your age. They already raised children. So they do know. But you don't want to hear. See, a lot of young sisters don't want to hear that they're doing wrong towards their children. I'll tell you straight up that you're doing something wrong towards your children. They 5 years old and they potty trained. You're doing something wrong. What the hell? You better get them out of that damn diaper. 5 years old. Come on now. You see it though. Y'all have seen it. Y'all have went to certain families and friends. You like, wait, how old is he? He ain't 10 months no more. Why is he still in a diaper? Why he can't talk? Why she can't talk? What's going on? Like, well, because you know what? We didn't spend time with him. We didn't speak to him. We didn't nurture. Why do you think a lot of these little kids need like speech therapy, and they need all these different things to get them going at the age where they're supposed to be talking, right? Well, I feel like the more you talk to a child, the more they'll talk back. And then after a while, they just want to keep talking, right? The more time you spend with them, the more time you put them in situations where they got to express themselves and not allow them to whine about things. Like, I hate when my kids whine. I'm like, no, talk. Because they can talk. A warrior, I don't know what she's been doing this last 3 weeks. It's crazy. She done exploded in her speech. She done exploded. I walked to the house yesterday. She said, hey, Dad, I missed you. I was like, huh? You know what that means? He said, what?
Made your day, huh?
Oh, it made my day. Yeah, definitely. Definitely made my day. I was like, dang. I came home from drilling after drilling. And she's sitting on the couch, I opened the door. She's like, hey, Dad, I missed you. I'm like, huh? What do you mean? I'm like, you did? She's like, yeah. Like, she really meant it. I really feel like she knows what it means to miss a person. You see what I'm saying? So we allow them to express, but you talk. I talk to your kids, man. You sisters got to talk to your children. Talking to them is not, hey, stop it! Put that down! Shut up! Ah! Stop crying! That's what it sounds like. A police. Don't move! Like, get up, get up. Yeah, get up, sit down. Put your hands up. Put your hands down. Let me see your hands. Put them down. Like, the kids is like, oh. Don't look at you this way. And then it's like, bow. Do what I say. And it's like, what you're confused.
Stop resisting.
Stop. I'm not. I'm putting my hands up. Put your hands down. Put them behind your back. Do I put them behind my back or put them up?
They were supposed to already been there.
Yo, you're supposed to have 4 hands. Some of y'all sisters talk to your kids like you're the cop and they're an assailant that just robbed the bank and you pulling their car over. Freeze! God damn. Now I know I talk to my kids with a certain tone. I'm not playing that. But I'm not emotional. I'm not frustrated. Right? I gotta assert constant authority in my house because they like to run over niggas. Right? So I'm constantly with a certain voice. So they know I'm not letting up on you. We friends and all that. We cool. But I ain't letting up when you doing dumb stuff, right? But you sisters, man, you can feel the emotion behind the way you deal with the kids. They make a mistake and it's like, come on, what the hell? Then you smack them. And it's like, damn, then you smack them for crying. Like, damn, then you smack them so they can shut up. And it's like, whoa. What's going on? Just talk to them. A lot of the time you just talk to them and reason with them, especially when they hit certain ages where they could comprehend. You reason with them and they'll reason right back with you. They'll teach you some things. Right? But the last thing you want to is when your kid's looking at you like, yo, you got demons. Your 5-year-old is looking at you like, yo, this nigga got spirits on him. Wow. Why is she always yelling at us? Freeze! Put your hands up, right? You gotta watch that. Remember, if you're going off of if that's how you were dealt with as a child, and you're all shattered up and broken up about that, don't do it to your kids. Because when your husband raises his voice at you and you start to crumble, are you always yelling at me? Why you do it to the kids? Right? You want somebody to talk to you, talk to the kids. The more you talk to them, the more you'll get through to them, the easier it will be to deal with them. That's how that works. But if you just yelling and screaming, barking at them, man, listen, you have a rough time. Elder women know this. And that's why they always say, hey, sis, maybe you're a little bit too rough with the kids. And then you do what? This is my kids, bitch. Don't tell me what to do. In your mind, you say that. Yep. Yeah, you might not say it out loud because you don't want to be disrespectful. But in your heart, them's is my kids. You can't tell me what to do with my kids.
It's like it's all in the body language and the facial gestures and the tone of voice.
And the way you storm off and text your husband.
Gone.
After they tell you something, you storm. Bang. And you distort the conversation. Right? It is the language in the body. And your sister's got to know that, right? Where we at?
Verse 17, last precept.
Go ahead.
Neither hath he imparted to her understanding.
So your wisdom is degraded, it's tarnished, and your understanding of things has not been imparted yet. Right? Lamentations 4:10.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 10.
Read.
The hands of the pitiful woman have sodden their own children.
Yeah, the hands of the pitiful woman have sodden your own children. You destroy them. Now we know this is literal in this time of Lamentations, right? They were literally boiling their children and eating them. But we know in a spiritual sense, you do that, you drown them. You drown them with the yelling, with the screaming, with the emotion. You drown them with the one-sidedness. You're not drowning them with nurture, you're drowning them with emotion. And feelings. Not wisdom, not logic. Because you're pitiful. And pity needs pity. Misery needs company. Go ahead.
They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people.
Right. Jump down to verse 4.
Verse 4. The tongue.
Verse 5. Salakia.
Verse 5. They that did feed delicately are desolate in the street.
Come on.
They that were brought up in scarlet embrace dunghill.
Yeah. You might as well have just tossed your kid in a pile of shit, is what it's saying. You might as well raise them in a hill full of doo-doo. Because they were delicate, right? They were delicate, and that wisdom, that knowledge that's depraved is destroying them and making their life crappy, is what the Bible is saying. Okay? Ecclesiastes 3:9.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 9.
Go ahead.
What profit have he?
Are you Ecclesiastes?
Ecclesiastes verse
Oh no, go to Sirach 3:9. Salakia.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 9.
I read that wrong. Salah, go ahead.
For the blessing of the Father establisheth the houses of children.
Yeah, the blessing of the Father is what established the house. We see that all through the Bible, right? We see Jacob get blessed. We see Jacob bless his sons, right? And that's what established the house. We see Esau get a blessing, right? Father has now what one blessing, right? A blessing for me, right?
God.
We see even Esau get a blessing because the father does that to establish his son's house. Read the next part. Go ahead.
But the curse of the mother,
Right?
rooteth out foundation.
Yeah, and everything we just talked about is the curse of the mother, right? Not taking things seriously, not wanting your own children, destroying your children, letting your information that you use to raise your kids destroy your kids. You destroy them before they have a chance, is what the Bible is saying. Now, the problem is this. A lot of women, not in here, but out there, they even got a man to bless their children and bless that house. It all lies with that woman. She is the blessing and the cursing, unfortunately. But we know the majority of the time she is the curse. Those single-parented women, those single-parented households by the women, it's all bad. Highest dropout rate, highest jail amongst the children, highest mental, highest sexual abuse. All these things is in these single-mothered households, right? It's high levels. Not that a single-father house is any better, but statistically they're doing a lot better. But it's not good either way. The kid should have both. The father establishes the blessing, but the curse of the mother destroys that blessing. So what do we got to make sure that your sisters ain't cursing your children through your actions, through your lack? You see that? Go to so the aged woman. You can title this part. The aged woman comes to show the gravity of training up the children. I've been saying this. I've been saying it, right? 2 Ezra 2:15.
2 Ezra chapter 2, verse 15.
You might end right on time. Dang. Go ahead.
Mother, embrace thy children.
Do what?
Embrace thy children.
Right. The Bible tells you that a mother should embrace her children. Now, we know, and if you don't know, this scripture, when you go into it, it's metaphorically referring to Israel, right? As the land embracing the people, right? But we using it for this class. Mother, embrace thy children. Love on your children. Be happy that you have these children, right? Show them that nurture, that kindness. Go ahead.
And bring them up.
Do what?
Bring them up.
Do what?
Bring them up.
Come on.
With gladness.
With what?
Gladness.
No, resentment.
Gladness.
I don't want y'all around.
Gladness.
You look just like your damn daddy.
Bring them up with gladness.
Go ahead.
Make their feet as fast as a pillar.
See that? A woman can do the same thing that the man does when it comes to the children. It says the father, right, his blessing roots the children, but it just said the woman could do the same thing. Make their feet fast, right? Meaning giving them a solid foundation to stand on. That's what that means. But how does that happen? Where does that solid foundation come from? It's how sisters raise their children, right? It's also, you know how you show love to your husband also? Remember, them kids are his. They ain't yours. The Bible tells you that they're his, right? They're yours in the state of, I'm handing them over to you so you can do a job. But they mine, right? Now think about it. A woman is firstly entrusted with a man's lineage. You're the first person that's trusted with that man's kids. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? That that kid comes out and the first thing is that's your kid for the next couple of years. Deal with him, right? But think about what we're in. What are we? I want to ask the question. Come to start. What are we entrusting you with when it comes to the kids? What's that?
Like in the scripture where it says Moses, he taught his kids, he knew that Yahweh knew that he was going to bring things in the law.
The little strings? Right. Moses, Abraham. Like the strings that are hanging?
Oh.
Yeah, pull them down. It's like aggravating.
They're all down.
It's better now. Okay. Right. That's better now. Right. Teaching them, but think about it. What are we in? I want specifics. Let's be specific. What are we entrusting you with when we get you pregnant, the baby pops out, and all we doing is popping in every few hours to hold the baby, look at how precious it is, and then hand that baby back and leave. And we technically do that to y'all for what? A couple of years, right? What are we entrusting you with that kid? What are we entrusting you with? What?
To nourish.
Right. You're right.
I would say to make them a small you, another version of you. I mean, another version of the head or a mother.
Yeah. We're literally saying, wife, everything that I've taught you, because I'm a good man, right? And I teach my wife, and I love my nation. Wife, everything that I'm teaching you, I need you to put that into the mini-me. I need you to build this little mini-me robot. And every scripture I give you, you're going to take that and you're going to somehow trickle that. I don't care if you do it through the milk. I don't care if you do it through hugs. But you're going to do some symbiosis, right? Some weird, I don't care if you take the Bible and put it next to his head.
Put it in an empty pillow when they
Put
sleep.
it, yeah, I don't care what you do. If you turn the Bible app on while he's bathing, but really, let's be real, right? Every interaction with a mother, I talk about this all the time, but every interaction with that mother and that child is representation of something. So, from the way she touches that baby, right? The way her skin feels on that baby's skin, the way the baby holds her breast while he's drinking the milk, the way she embraces that child, the things that she speaks to that baby. Don't that have a part to play in it? Right? So, if I'm like, hey, babe, we're Hebrew Israelites, right? There's a certain standard that we keep, 1 Timothy is the 3rd chapter, right? That's for the men. Titus is for you, plus all the other things in the Bible, right? If I come home and the baby is watching SpongeBob all day, don't we got a problem? I mean, damn. So you mean to tell me that you're home with the baby, he's home, but SpongeBob taught him, so he just knows about Patrick, SpongeBob, and how gay Squidward is. Okay, which one was gay? So he knows about 3 gay ass dudes under the water: a gay sponge, a gay squid, and a gay starfish. When you put it like that, it's wild, right? But that's what it is. We all learned about 3 gay, just creatures, of the sea that were gay as hell. And we were raised on that, right? And you come home and you like, oh, snap. This nigga's watching SpongeBob. And then you say, hey, son, what's your name? And he's like, yeah, you do the SpongeBob laugh, right? He asks you for a Krabby Patty. Son, what's your name? Krabby Patty? What? Damn. Oh, my God. Or you come home and your kid is just Barney and Bebop. And you like, yo, a gay dinosaur with a bunch of other gay-ass dinosaurs is what's raising my kids. So now he wants to dress in purple and green, right? He wants to have gay friends. And you're like, whoa, what happened here? Well, hey, I was at home, and Barney. And you walk in and you like, son, what's your name? And he's like, Bebop. He got a dope name, though. He got one of them powerful Israelite names, right? Harag. His name is Harag. You like, damn, that's your name. Harag Malak. What's your Manny? What?
Killer King.
His name is Manny. He thought his name. You didn't teach him his name? You didn't teach him how to spell his name?
No alphabet.
No alphabet. No Hebrew. It's all English. Thought we was Hebrews though. So he speak half the tongue of the Ashdods, the other tongue of the Spaniard, the other tongue of the Italians. He's speaking half Moab, and you like, where's the Hebrew at? You come home like, where's the Hebrew etiquette? Right? No abagadas. Right? None of that. No numbers. Nothing. No. What I'm trying to show y'all is there's no heritage, no prayers, no Our Father, no nothing. It's just SpongeBob Barney and Transformers. I don't know, just something weird. That's raising you, but you entrusted this woman to educate your children in their customs and in their cultures, because that's what women do, right? That's what women do. Women educate children in the customs and in the culture in which they come from. What do men do? We make sure it's being done. We come home. What you learn today, son? Who are you? Like if I ask my daughter, what's your name? She'll tell you. I'm a warrior. What's your last name? She'll tell you. Right? Hey, son, what's your name? He says it like he's Groot. He's like, I'm Manasha. Like, I am Groot. Like, yeah, I'm Manasha. It was like, he's like, I am Manasha. Like, okay, cool. So who am I? So then, who am I? And either I'm dad, I'm Quatazop, or yeah, I'm dad or I'm Quatazop, right? So even a warrior, I'm like, so who am I? She's like, daddy. And I'm like, okay, what's my name? And she said, Quatazop, right? So then with her mom, I'm like, who is that? Like, that's mommy. Like, what's her name? She's like, mommy. Like, she don't know Asharaya, right? Right? I could go through the house at her young age and be like, who's that? Your pop. Who's that? Justice. Go tell Justice to da-da-da-da. She'll knock on the door. Justice! Dad wants you to do it, and she'll repeat it. Right? But that's being trained in them at a young age. I mean, y'all see Manasha the way he runs around here. Come on, dude. He's a grown-ass man. He's moving through my house like on some grown tip. I'm like, bro, you ain't grown. You is not grown, so you got to chill out, right? He be acting way above his age, right? But he's around adult situation. He's around maturity, right? And even that, you got to be careful to not make him too mature too fast. But you sisters, you young women that are having these children, you're responsible for bringing up the next generation of Israelites. Just like how they bringing up the next generation of monsters and chicks that are twerking, right? Because they're doing it. They got parties with little kids twerking. They 2 years old twerking on each other. They 2 years old with guns. They learning how to roll blunts. Just like how they raising the next generation of demons. How do we separate the clean from the unclean? Who's representing Christ? Who's representing the Most High? Who's raising those children? Well, it should be y'all, right? It should be y'all bringing forth the custom, the heritage, not fighting it, right? Like, remember, some of y'all fought when it was like, you got pregnant, it was time to name your kid. Yeah. You got pregnant, it's time to name the kid, and it's like, well, I don't want to name him that. I want to name her Michelle. Like, Michelle, it's an American name. What about like an Israelite name? Right? And then you could tell the disdain. I want to name her an Israelite name. I want to name her Michelle. Right? It's things like that that the young women fight. Because you're fighting against the heritage. You're fighting against the next generation being built up to know exactly who they are. You still, like, I'm gonna say this, if you got kids and you feel bad because they don't do Halloween, you a nigga. If you feel bad because they don't do Christmas, you a nigga. Straight up. In my book, you whack as hell. If you feel bad that your kids ain't celebrating their birthdays, listen, man, go back and go celebrate their birthdays with them. If you feel bad because your kids don't get to partake in certain traditions of whitey, you tripping the hell out. You tripping. If you feel insecure or weird because they got Hebrew names, because your husband made you do that, you weird. And you don't deserve the children. Because if you're just trying to raise them like good old Americans, then what's the point? He trusted you. He trusted you to build the level of intelligence in your child that surpasses what the world had to offer. He trusts you to sit your kids down and teach them who they are for a time until he can get back and say, look, let me deal with it now. He trusts you to like some of us got aggressive daughters. Why is your daughter so aggressive? She should be a lady. Like when my daughter gets aggressive, my rib gotta go to her and say, no, stop yelling. Don't talk like that. You're a girl, you're a lady. That's not how little ladies act. Because she tries to do what she sees me do or Manasha. She tries to get aggressive, yell at Manasha. No! She just goes off on him. And we got to come back like, no, that's not how you act. You're a girl. Right? If you don't do that now, she's only 2. When she gets to 5, who's going to be able to tame her? If her mom ain't controlling that spirit in her and saying, look, this is how little ladies act. Let's dress you appropriately. Think about it. The dress code. That's a part of it. So if you want to run your kids around in spandex, well, what they going to do when they get older? If you teach them to wear pants early, what they going to do? Or if you let them wear pants up to a certain age, what they going to do? Now imagine if you just train them early and everything. Where's the fight? Isn't it natural? Isn't it easier? You ain't got to war with Easter. You ain't got to worry about Halloween. You ain't got to feel bad because they're weighing on you because you didn't buy them a Christmas gift. It's already embedded in them that that's not a thing we do. But instead of having the damn pity party and doing the, oh, your dad don't want us to do that. That's how you teach your kids?
Oh yeah, saying your dad.
Your dad doesn't want you to do that. You teach it negatively. You give a negative connotation. And then we're looked at as what? We're the bad guy. We're the hateful parent, and you're the fun parent. I'd let you do that if it wasn't for that nigga. That's what you're basically saying. We'd celebrate your birthday if it wasn't for that nigga saying no in the Bible. Oh, I mean, you might as well say that. That's what young women do, though. See, aged women, they know. No, wait a minute. You got to always show the reverence to your husband in the way you even deal with your children. Because the way you deal with them is what you teach them how to deal with him. So if you disrespect him, what they going to do? They're going to disrespect him too because they see mommy do it. If he fights, if you fight against the program, right? If you're disgruntled all the time with an attitude, what they going to do? Same thing. They're going to follow in that same, whatever joy you have, they're going to follow that joy. Whatever disdain you have, they're going to follow that disdain because you're the ultimate coach. That's what y'all got to understand as women. 2 Maccabees 7. 2 Maccabees 7:27.
2 Maccabees chapter 7, verse 27.
I said we was on top of my cap. Go ahead.
But she, bowing herself toward him.
So we know who this woman is, right? This is the woman with the 7 children, the 7 sons. That was literally getting thrown in furnaces, boiled alive, burnt, pulled apart, tongues ripped out, cut in half in front of her, alive, and she has to watch it. All because they didn't want to eat a Baconator. All because they didn't want to eat the bacon. Right? She could have said, eat the bacon, son. Just eat it. Ain't nobody gonna know. They'll never know. Just eat it. Let me save y'all. It's all good. We can pray. We can repent later. Couldn't she have said that? Listen, just eat it. We'll repent. We'll set up our prayers. We'll ask the Most High for forgiveness. He'll forgive us, and we'll keep it moving. Because the law don't say if you eat pork, you'll die. It don't say that. That's not a punishable sin by death. That's not a sin punishable by death, eating pork. Y'all know that, right? It don't say that. Like, if you eat pork, you die. Put him to death. It don't say that. That's not a sin punishable by death. Right? So she could have said, son, go ahead, look, save your life. I already seen one of your brothers die. You seen him die. Listen, it's all good. Just do it. Break. What did she do? Read.
But she, bowing herself toward him,
right,
laughing the cruel tyrant to scorn.
Now this is already on the 7th son, if I'm not mistaken. All the other 6 sons is gone in front of her eyes. Her whole sons, everything she's worked for, all that hard work, gone. She died at number 7. Bowed herself and laughed at Antiochus or whatever ruler at that time. Go ahead.
Spake in her country language.
She did what?
Spake in her country language.
No, she spoke in the tongue of the Ashdodians.
In her country's language.
No, she spoke that Chaldee.
In her country's language.
Why was she able to speak in her country's language and her son understood it? Because she taught him. No, my bad. She spoke in Greek. That's what it says. She spoke in that Grecian tongue.
No, she spoke in her country's language.
Oh, snap. So he knew Hebrew. Oh. Interesting. So she taught him the customs. Not to eat pork and the language. Right? She taught him the custom. She taught him who he was. She kept true to the faith and the nationality. Go ahead.
On this matter, O my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb.
She's asking him for forgiveness for letting him go to his death. She's like, look, have pity on me, but you're going to do this. I ain't going to let you break these laws. Go ahead.
That bare thee 9 months
Right.
in my womb.
Go ahead.
And gave thee suck 3 years.
Come on.
And nourished thee.
Wait. Suck 3 years and nourish thee. Right? A lot of women don't breastfeed their kids because they're like, it's going to destroy my boobs. You know, all that breastfeeding that makes them hang low. Y'all, I've heard that. I don't know if y'all, I've heard that. Like, you breastfeed your kids? Oh, hell no, I ain't doing that. It's going to mess up my cup size. Like, what? So your cup size is more important than the nourishment of your child?
Right.
Yes. For some women, yes, it is. To keep that figure is more important than nurturing your children with your own breasts. So you'll throw the Similac, the Isomil, the Infamil, right? You'll throw all that down his throat. We know what that does to the kids. Backs them up, destroys their guts, constipation, turns them gay, all that stuff, right? You'll do all that because the way your breasts are shaped are more important than nourishing your child from your own breast. Having that connection, because that's what that's part of, right? That breastfeeding is a part of that connection, right? I'm gonna say this: breastfeeding should be one of the most easiest thing a woman can do. That should be one of the most easiest thing a woman should be able to do for her child. And guess what? You got women that struggle like a mug with it. You know why? The Most High don't want your child to connect with a demon. That's why. He didn't want you to connect with he didn't want your children to be connected to demons. Because everything that comes out that milk goes into that baby. It influences that baby. He didn't want you to hold that baby close and talk crap about your husband in that baby's ear, because that's what you was going to do. He didn't want that baby to feel that energy, so guess what? You have to make him a bottle. You ain't getting no milk out them breasts. You dry, because your spirit was dry. It's the easiest thing. I mean, really, right? Any animal that gets pregnant, they fill up with milk automatically, right? Right. So what's going on with our sisters? You so damn cruel. You so damn cruel to yourself. First and foremost, the Most High is like, look, you ain't gonna be good to nobody else. You ain't gonna be able to nurture nothing else. Take care of you. Get them demons up off you. Become sober-minded. Y'all see this? Read on. Nourished, so gave suck 3 years and nourished. Right? Let's look up this word for nourish real quick. This word, nourish, right? I just went to the Strong's. To nourish, it means to be able to, right? To abide, to bear, to comprehend, contain, to feed, forbearing, to guide, primitive root, properly, to keep in, to measure, figuratively, to maintain, to be able to, can, meaning I can do this, right? Now you understand why the sober mind had to be there, to show you, sis, you can do this. You can maintain this child. You can maintain your husband, not in that way of maintaining him and you're filled with impudence, but maintaining the household, right? What else we got? Feed, contain, nourish, make provision, sustain, provide sustenance. Read on.
And brought thee up unto this age, and endured the troubles of education.
The ease of education?
The trouble of education.
The simplicity?
The troubles.
Yeah, you know why it's troubles? Because you're dealing with kids. They don't want to learn. They They don't want to sit there and be educated. They want to go play games. So what is it saying? What is it showing you about the characteristic of this mother? She had 7 sons that she had to go through this with. So 7 times she had to breastfeed for 3 years each. Pretty sure at some time she had one on one teat and one on the other teat. Y'all have seen that, right? You have them kind of stair-stepped within the 3-year period, and it's like, well, he got to eat, but he got to eat too. Damn. So now both of them is occupied. But think about that. Think about that. Think about that. Some women can't produce enough milk in 2 teats for 1 child. How you got a woman producing enough milk in 2 teats for 2 childs? Just think about it. Why can't a woman nourish her own child in a carnal way? And if you can't do it carnally, are you gonna be able to do that thing spiritually? No, you're not. This is what the Most High is trying to show us, right? That the aged women, they've already been past these stages. They've already been past these things where they can sit back and recognize that, you know what, I had demons on me at that time. So my child suffered. Sis, don't let your child suffer for the demons on you. I was too occupied with what he had going on, so my children suffered. And that don't show that you love your husband the more you're occupied in his business. That's not love. Right? If you can't even raise, if I give you something and entrust you with something and you destroy it, you show that you ain't got love for the person that gave it to you and you ain't got love for the thing. Right? Because if I give you something to build and to nurture because that's what you're built to do. Right? We're not giving you the thing to nurture because you can't. We give it to you because that's what you're naturally disposed to do, is to nurture. Not just with breastfeeding, but again, the touch, the feel, the speech, the kindness, the tone, the nurture, the hugs, right? The encouragement, right? All these different things, y'all are predisposed to do these things. But if you destroy the thing that you're supposed to build up and sustain, how can you be showing love to the person that gave it? So you show that you don't love your husband when your kids are neglected. Because your husband, those kids are him. They're him. They're a part of him. They're the next him.
God.
You see that? You're showing that you don't love your husband if you're rooting out the foundation that he's laying down. Where he's laying down the law and you coming up right behind him and subverting him through your it ain't like because you're not wording it. You're not wording the subversion. It's your attitude towards. It's your spirit, right? Didn't we look up a word earlier? That's why I like to look up words. I feel like it makes it all connect. Didn't we look up a word earlier where it talks about? Oh yeah, it was the sobriety, right? Yeah, that word sober is cold, man. That word sober is cold because it tells you, it shows you about the intent on how you do things. Right? Your seriousness, solemn, grave, not matter, insane, not wild, visionary or heated with passion, having a regular exercise of cool, dispassionate reason. Was it sober? Right? Oh no, it was, or was it grave?
I think it was grave.
Gravity.
Right, it was grave, ponderous, burdensome, loaded, weighty, important. I believe it was. I have a few definitions. I got one more scripture. Nehemiah 13:23. And this is what we got to remember. The way a woman shows love. The way a woman shows love, can I add, when sisters have kids, it's, okay, this is Abadar, real quick. She sent me this about an hour ago. I'm gonna read this. Can I add, when sisters have kids, it's more than just dressing them nice, bam, right? Twinsies is way more than that. Making them look alike, getting matching outfits, right? She's right. It's more than just dressing them nice and feeding them, dressing them nice and feeding them. Nurture, discipline, clear, consistency, and being a good example so that your daughters see your example and do what you do. Keep the house cooked clean for the family peace abounds. Yeah, she's right. It ain't about just having a bunch of dress-up dolls. It's not what it's about. You gotta take it serious. Nehemiah, read it.
Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 23. In those days also saw I Jews
Right?
that had married wives
Uh-huh.
of Ashdod,
Uh-huh.
of Ammon,
Uh-huh.
and of Moab.
Read.
And the children spake half in the speech of Ashdod.
Yeah, that's the problem. These men's wives raised the kids as heathens. It said half the children spoke in the speech of the Ashdodians. And what else?
And could not speak in the Jews'
They
language.
couldn't even speak in their own language. Because daddy is off doing his thing, and mommy is raising them like Moabites. Heathen. Right? Raising them like Ashdodians. Heathen. Don't raise your children like a heathen to show the hate for them and for your husband. Right? Take the time to nurture. Right? Take the time to impart the proper wisdom and care. And this is the thing. The key is this. I'm going to say this real clean. A lot of y'all don't know how. A lot of y'all don't know how. So really, if you don't know how, and there's not a woman around you that's going to show you, then what do you got to go to? You got to consult the oracles. You got to go to the book. Right? You got to be real with yourself and say, look, husband, I don't know how. I don't know how, so show me through the scriptures. And he'll have to sit you down and show you, this is how you raise the kids. This is how you deal with the children. But you got to deal with yourself. You got to be committed. Because think about it. You can't teach something that you're not committed about, that you don't care about. So you got to be down for the cause. You got to have the belief, right? And then you give it to the children. Con? Right. Let me just see what they got online real quick, and then we gonna end it right there. I know I was talking a lot. I didn't want to talk a lot. Somebody said you. Why did they say? Somebody said you. I know. The scriptures, right? He poured, right? Barney the dinosaur who's gay and soft with perfect veneers. Damn. She said Barney got veneers.
Yeah, he does.
He does though, and they're perfect. Not the blue. Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that y'all. I'm glad that y'all commented online. Y'all are hilarious. y'all are hilarious as hell. But remember, man, we need sisters to step the hell up in your learning curve. We need more examples. We need more leaders, right? Remember, it says that the women teach the other women and the children. We need women that's gonna step up. We need women in the different schools to step up to be leaders, man. That way, a lot of the things concerning the sisterhood don't go unchecked. All right, so I'm gonna work on another part. I'll work on another part, and we'll see what happens. When it's ready, it's ready. Con? Y'all got any questions? Y'all let me know. That wasn't bad. Come on, that was being nice. Being nice, right? We're all friends here. So, what's that, sis?
It's really good because, coming, just seeing myself, and still growing, obviously, but I was a lot of everything you said, of all of that, and I'm still learning how to take out all of the worldly things and, take that, but it's just a good reminder of where all that negative and just hearing it is just so much negative, so much. A woman has a lot of power, a mother, to build her house, and it's peace. So just hearing all the things, it's negative to hear. So it was out there.
And I'm gonna say this, just even concerning you, I'm gonna put you on blast a little bit. I can tell that you talk to sisters. I can tell that you have a sister that you talk to that's giving you wisdom. I can tell because I can see by the way you move, right? I can look at your kids, I can look at your household, and I can tell, okay, the sister's taking advice, right? Turn, yeah, I don't like my voice. Don't do that to me. Hit the volume, bro. You got me hearing my own voice. That's terrible. But I can tell though. I can tell that you counsel, right, and that you talk to sisters about the right sisters about what you're dealing with, and they give you the right wisdom, right? I can see it in your house. That's the thing. Like you can tell when a person's applying wisdom from the scriptures. That not that you can't read for yourself, right? But I know you've been through a lot in your short amount of years, right? That you're working off, but you can see it. I can see the results. I'm pretty sure other people can attest to it, right? So keep doing that, and hopefully you other sisters stop being in denial of what you are. It's okay. The more you deny, the longer it takes you to get on track, right? I kind of had the same words for Hatazar yesterday, right? That denial phase, once you get that off your back, you start to actually grow. I can see the growth in y'all's house, right? Because of what both of y'all are doing. And then what it's doing, what is it doing? It's molding in the house perfectly, right? And it's making the house a place that, hey, everybody wants to be. Everybody wants to be a part of the household. So, I mean, I'm trying to come over. You know what I'm saying? Trying to kick it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just keep doing that. Keep applying. Keep talking to your elders, to the sisters that are proving themselves to hold that standard. And hopefully it's an example to these other sisters that have not yet came to that realization that, you know what, I gotta be talking to sisters. I gotta be listen, I'm gonna say one thing, because some of y'all get caught up in yourselves. Like you think because you're a so-called elder sister, you've been here, that you don't gotta talk to the other sisters that been here too. No, you should be, right? You should be. Elders, the spirit recognizes the spirit, if that's what it is, right? I speak to my elders. I speak to Kazaki. I speak to Zion. I mean, ain't my elder. Zion ain't my elder. But you know what I mean. My peers, my contemporaries, whatever. I deal with them, right? We talk, we bounce ideas, we make sure that we on point. Nobody getting too big-headed, nobody falling and lagging behind, right? We keep each other checks and balances, right? So an elder, so-called, you're supposed to be reaching out to the other so-called elders. That's what elders do, right? And you bounce ideas. Hey, I talked to this sister, this is what was going on. Just checking in, seeing how you do. Like, you can't call yourself that if you're not doing those elder things also. Done? So with that, we'd like to thank everybody for joining in. Today's Wednesday. We got class
next week.
So we got class Monday and Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Right, because Passover is that next week, or that weekend. Right. Okay. Just so y'all know. Passover. Read. 12 days, right? Right. So we'll be here for class Monday. We'll be here for class online Wednesday. And then we ain't gonna have class until probably the next Wednesday. Just so y'all know, because we're gonna be in San Antonio. So I'm dipping out on like that Wednesday night. I'm up. But we're gonna be VA driving, Rochester driving. So yeah, we ain't gonna have class. We're not gonna have class on that Wednesday at least. Probably come back that Wednesday and do class, and Zion that Thursday, and then probably Kazak that Friday of a car. So just giving y'all a pregame. We didn't go nowhere. We didn't run off. We didn't run off with our Bibles, tucked tail. If y'all don't see us, we're just gonna be eating lamb and doing our Passover thing. So, all right. So with that, let's say shalom.
Shalom.